Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We are now inside for our live stream service. This will be an abbreviated service this evening so that all of you can watch the speeches or watch the results. Remember, it doesn't matter which party side you're on. What matters is that we are all one community, one humanity, all brothers and sisters under God. But we are like a deer standing before the Almighty with awe. And so we're going to sing Yedid Nefesh. If you'll turn to page 128 in your Siddurim. We're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to start first with the Nagun, and then we will sing the verse. Heart's delight, together source of mercy, draw your servant into your arms. I leap like a deer to stand in awe before you. So we come together on this Shabbat for a little respite, a little opportunity to separate ourselves from everything that has gone on in the entire week, and to renew and refresh and recharge so that we can embrace the week ahead, the weeks and months ahead, with a sense of optimism and hope. We're going to do a prayer for our country, if you'll turn to page 376. It's important that we support our leaders, our system, our democracy, and that we send and use this time of Shabbat to reinforce both spiritually and, as we're going to hear in the sermon, bringing down that light from above into the physical realm so that all of us can be uplifted and that our leaders can be empowered. So if you look in the middle of page 376, let's read together the prayer for our country. Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and unite the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in the darkness. O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. And together let us all say, Amen. And we're going to do, if you'll turn in your Siddurim, we're going to do a prayer for healing, the Misha Berach. If you have loved ones that you want to send a boost of energy to, page 371, you can say their names aloud. Or even if we together collectively would like to send a prayer of healing to the entire country that is so divided, as you can see by the counts and the totals, it's really so unbelievably close. So what we can see is that everybody cares about their ideals and their candidate and their passion for the future. That's what we need to look at. Everyone actually cares about that equally. It's just a matter of the direction of which leader is going to take us forward through these unsettled times, through the pandemic, through what lies ahead, so that we can rebuild our economy, get back to what life might now be as it has changed and evolved, as we all morph and turn our souls and our hearts and our bodies, our minds and our spirits towards hopefully something better that we can create out of the ruin that we may feel within our own being, within our communities, within our financial situations. We can evolve, we can go forward, there can be light and will be light at the end of the tunnel. Mi sheberach avoteinu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And so now I'll give you some words for this Shabbat to think about as we go forward throughout this evening, all day tomorrow, and to sundown tomorrow night. And it's important to note that we don't know what the results are yet. So I do try to remain neutral politically. So don't think that I'm skewing this one way or another, or the fact that I'm wearing blue. My hair is red, so I think both the red and the blue parties are covered. So this Shabbat is Parsha Vayera. Last week, we had Lech Lecha. We heard of the beginning of our patriarch Avraham's journey. We watched his transformation from a spiritual man to one who must manifest that spirituality in the physical. Avraham, recognizing the one true God, smashed all the idols in his father's home and went forth to Lech Lecha on the journey that God called him to do. taking on the task to call upon everyone to acknowledge the one true God, to follow and observe the one true God, leading all the way to us and beyond. Now in our Parsha, this Shabbat Vayera, we get the continuation of his journey. Many amazing things happen along the way to further Abraham's commitment to his quest. God provides miracles, such as giving him a son when he was 100 and Sarah was 90, only to then ask him to sacrifice that son in order to show his devotion. And this might sound familiar because we read about this on High Holy Days. We get the tale of Sodom and Gomorrah and also of Lot, his daughters and his wife, who rather than listening, heeding the warnings given by the angels to avoid looking back at the city that was falling in ruin and destruction, she couldn't help herself. Her curiosity got the best of her. Yes, those of you who know the story, she did look back, and then what happened? She turned into a pillar of salt. Throughout the Parsha, there are angels. They offer assistance, they offer guidance, facilitating the journey, and reinforcing the necessity to not only listen, but to hear, and to believe in that which is unseen in order to follow God's call. Abraham listened, he heard, and he followed the call that he processed from God. Even when he was asked as an adult man to circumcise himself in order to actually merge the spiritual realm into the physical world. All of this spirituality that we may go to try to acquire within our own being or manifest in our world means absolutely nothing if we don't actually proactively do something to engage it and bring it into the physical realm. We have a responsibility as people of faith to hold close to that which is of spirit and spiritual, to listen and hear, to be able to see and process that which is unseen, as well as even that which may be masked from our view. We are in a situation now with our country and our world where it is more important than ever to go forward with faith. It's difficult to do when people are divided, messages are misconstrued, and many may find it challenging to separate myth from fact. There have always been times of tumult and disaster amidst the play between that which is good and evil. We are shown in our Torah time and again that the destruction of the world can happen as a result of the degradation and dissolution of society as a whole, along with the perversion of good and evil. The question is, when are we going to actually learn to do it differently? It would seem, since we are told that one person can make a difference, that we actually would do that, go forth and do that and be that difference. Abraham felt it, Isaac felt it, Jacob felt it, Joseph felt it, as did Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, all of the matriarchs and patriarchs. They felt the call toward promoting goodness in the world and all that is holy, even if it was challenging, even if it put their own lives at peril. They did what they felt they needed to do for the furtherance of God and for the fulfillment of their mission and their particular destiny. We all have a part to play in how the drama of our own personal story will unfold and our collective journey. We have seen this most recently with the pandemic. We've seen people helping people standing up for what they believe in, people protesting en masse in order to make a difference, and people showing up in vast numbers to vote in order to effect change, and how our collective story will unfold. We have all been tasked with the opportunity to vote, to rise up, to be heard, and be counted. As the votes still come together to be counted, it is up to us as a nation to listen, to hear, and to heed the call, to work together as one collective to make this country the best it can be for ourselves and, yes, the rest of the world. In a way, we are all being called upon to be Abraham, to emulate the qualities, the characteristics, the determination, and the faith in the unseen that he maintained. The faith in a destiny that we don't know every detail of, but we know we are a part of it and we affect the outcome. In order to create a society, a country, and a world that is aligned with all that is good, there will always be differences of opinion, divisiveness, and resistance, and that's okay. This is what makes the task so incredibly important, meriting us valor on high. There is a plan, a destiny of sorts at play, and we are the necessary characters who, through our decisions and our actions, will influence the outcome. The climatic moments, the evolution of our characters, and the ultimate resolution of the story, our collective story, depends on us. Angels may be sent along the way to help and offer guidance. We have to be open in order to actually see them, to hear their messages, and the opportunity that they are guiding us toward. And if you don't believe in angels, then listen to the voice inside your own being, because that is connected to spirit, and that will help you make decisions that are aligned with goodness, truth, and all that is holy. When things are most dark and our vision obscured, that is when it's most important for us to go forward with faith. There were many times that our ancestors were faced with exorbitant fear, challenges, unbelievable adversity, yet they plodded ahead with faith in the one God who guides us all, or at the very least, hope for a better way of existence for themselves, their children, and those yet to come. L'dor, v'dor, from generation to generation. All of them true and open to their destiny, striving for purpose and for significant being. We need to put aside our anxiety, our doubt, our fear of the unknown, and just continue to put one foot in front of the other. We need to wake up each day with the faith that a new potential is dawning, and that what we do does make a difference. As we go forward into these uncertain weeks and months ahead, may we have the faith and the fortitude of our ancestors. May we have the courage of Abraham, Isaac, Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and all the others who have come before us, and the vision of Joseph. May their ability to push through resistance, reaching toward the light, guide us. May their example help us to embrace the difficult journey that we face with the knowledge that God is with us. We are not alone. And yes, we actually do have one another to rely upon. May we continue to rise up, holding fast to our part in the story, as well as the scenes still left to unfold. Much like our Torah, we are being written into history. For better or worse, it is our collective story. On this Shabbat, we ask that God guide us, be with us, send whatever angelic assistance possible to lead us toward a more perfect destiny so that we may all thrive rather than dissolve into pillars of salt. God saw fit and had faith somehow in our ability to persevere, to keep going on up to this moment, to this point in our story. May it be God's will that we may merit his or her continued support. And may all the powers at play and all the people in power be blessed with the ability to not only listen, but to actually hear and to be able to truly see. May we all be granted the vision to look beyond toward that which is unseen in order to create a new world, a better country, and a life that is rich and rewarding for every man, woman, and child. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. Shabbat Shalom. So we are going to now say our Kaddish prayer for those who have moved into the heavenly realm, the spiritual realm, if you'll turn to page 598. And say aloud your loved ones' names if you've lost someone in the last week, the Shloshim period, the last month, last 11 months, or you're observing the yard site, the anniversary of a loved one's death. So please take a moment. Page 598. Yikadav yikadash shemei Rabbi. Be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei rechol beit Yisrael. Ba agala v'zman kariv imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabba mevarach le'olam u'lomei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudashah b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alama v'imru. Amen. Yehei shalom Rabba min shemai v'chayim aleinu ve'okol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'okol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May God, who is the author and the director and the producer of our story, our ultimate story, give us some good guidance and maybe some new text to work with as we go forward in our lives. And may our loved ones in the heavenly realm be those angels that watch over us and guide us and help us along our journey so that we may have good and rewarding and fulfilling lives. So with that, I'm going to give you some announcements from our president who wanted to have her voice heard. Our service tonight is sponsored by Terry Schneier in honor of her daughter-in-law Linda's birthday. Well, with the days getting darker sooner and colder as winter sets in and COVID on the rise again, we've been forced to make some changes. You have received notice from both the temple, myself, and Rabbi Cantor Didi about these changes, but here they are in summary. We'll not be going to restaurants after services. The lunch bunch will be on hiatus until after the new year, and the services may be live streamed only, so watch your emails. We may try to get one more service on the parking lot 2 weeks from tonight, but it is looking like it's about going to be anywhere from 58 to 62 degrees here, so we may not get COVID, but we don't want anyone getting bronchitis or pneumonia. This is what's coming up this month. Zoom Sisterhood meeting has been rescheduled to Tuesday, November 10th at 7 p.m. They had technical problems with the last meeting, so bear with them. We're all new to this new way of communicating. The second Sisterhood book discussion on Zoom was enjoyed by the readers who enjoyed A Year in Provence. The next book is The Long Ride Home by Rupert Isaacson, a truly fascinating book. See your emails. Text Sherry Silver if you would like to join our next meeting on Sunday, December 6th at 2 p.m. And remember to send Sonny Moss your $10 check payable to Sisterhood. Remember, it is a fundraiser, guys. Dan Spector's wonderful music appreciation class on Zoom, focusing on Jewish composers, will meet again on November 19th at 7 p.m. I hope that's right, Dan. Watch your emails for the Zoom link. Always watch your emails. Don't let them go into the junk, the trash, the spam folder. We do actually tell you things that you need to hear. Like, for instance, tonight's service was changed to 4 p.m. So watch for your emails. They'll meet again on the 1st and 3rd Thursdays in December, and then we'll move to the 2nd and 4th Thursdays starting in January. Mark Tannen will continue to lead his Torah study class on Zoom, and there's one more tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. The link is in your email. Rabbi Cantor, Didi Thomas, will continue her Hebrew class. The class is going to be moved to Wednesdays. Those of you that are in the class will get an email. We're almost going to finish the text, and then we'll move on to something that everyone can do together. So remember to sign up for the Thanksgiving Interfaith service on Zoom, Tuesday, November 24th at 7:30. We did send out some information on that a couple of weeks ago, but I will be sending out a flyer any day. So please watch. Now, be watching for a surprise way to celebrate Hanukkah this year. Can you believe it? We are celebrating Hanukkah. We are actually talking about it. A flyer will be coming your way by snail mail very soon. Watch for it. Remember that we need your ongoing support in this very challenging time, and we're very grateful for all that you do. Stay safe, and we hope that you'll join in all our services, our meetings, our classes, and in supporting our synagogue. Shabbat Shalom. So we are now going to bless one another with the priestly benediction, the Birkat Kohanim. And then we are going to sing Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace and unity as we call out to God for the assistance that we need in making our lives peaceful and compatible with one another. As we prepare for the Birkat Kohanim, the priestly benediction, we call upon the spiritual priests of thousands of years ago to watch over us. And in the English, the text is, may God bless you and keep you. May God's countenance shine upon you, be with you always. May God be with you and grant you peace. So we ask at this time that we go forward with that light and that unity, and that we will be blessed together with the light of the divine. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. King Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will, Shabbat Shalom. And now, Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom Bimrama, Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, El Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, El Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom. Shalom Aleinu, El Kol Yisrael. V'imru, Amen. Thank you to our wonderful musicians, Dan Spector, Marianne, and Hilda, who have come here to share. So once again, Shabbat Shalom. May you go forward with peace, harmony, unity of spirit, and blessing. Stay safe.